What would you do if the person you loved lied to you and the entire world turned against you? What if the most terrifying thing wasn't death, but your own power? Can love survive between dragons, betrayal, and war? Today, we are diving deep into Rebecca Yarros' explosive 2025 release that has taken the world by storm. ONYX STORM. Hello, dear listeners. Today we are doing a complete deep dive into Rebecca Yarros' ONYX STORM, the third book in the fourth Wing series. This 700-plus page masterpiece dropped in January 2025 and created an absolute sensation in the BookTok community. In this audio, you'll discover the complete plot from beginning to end with all major events, Violet Sorrengail and Xaden Ryerson's complex relationship, evolution, new secrets about the dragon world, and terrifying truths about the venin, every major character's transformation and fate, the most unexpected twists and turns in the book, the shocking finale, and theories for Book 4. This audio is perfect for readers who finished Fourth Wing and Iron Flame and are dying to know what happens next, romantic fantasy fans who love complex world building, anyone who appreciates deep character development and emotional storytelling, those who haven't read the book yet but want to know the complete story. Warning: this audio contains full spoilers. If you plan to read the book yourself, stop now and come back after you've finished it. This audio is divided into three major parts. First, the beginning and main conflicts. Second, the most dramatic events and plot twists. And finally, the epic conclusion and shocking revelations. Let's begin. Violet and Xaden trust crisis. The book opens with Violet Sorrengail and Xaden Ryerson returning to Bastiathwar College, but their relationship is under severe strain after the events of Iron Flame, Xaden's secret missions, and the fact that he's been hiding so much from Violet has created a deep trust crisis between them. The core of the problem: Xaden has been running covert operations for the Tyrande Rebellion. Violet didn't know about this and feels completely betrayed. Secrets aren't lies, Xaden argues, but Violet doesn't buy it. Even their dragon bond is strained by this conflict. The question of can you love someone who won't be fully honest with you haunts every interaction. Violet feels vulnerable and uncertain. The man she loves hasn't been fully transparent with her, and it's eating her alive. Even the mating bond, the strongest connection between dragon riders, can't bridge the emotional distance they've created. Key emotional moments in this section: their first argument back at Bastiath, where Violet almost walks away. Xaden's attempt to explain his position without revealing too much. The night Violet sleeps in Rhiannon's room instead of with Xaden. Small gestures of reconciliation that show their love hasn't died. This conflict sets up one of the bookie's central questions: is love enough when trust is broken? New power, lightning wielder. The first major revelation of the book comes when we learn about Violet's new power. She's not just a storm wielder, she's a lightning wielder, an incredibly rare and dangerous ability. What this power means: Violet can directly control and generate lightning. This is one of the rarest signet powers in Navarre's history. It makes her a primary target for enemies. The power is so strong, it could literally kill her if she loses control. Only a handful of riders in history have had this ability. Andarna and Turn Her to Dragons begin intensive training to help her control this power. But every time Violet uses it, there's a risk she could lose herself completely. The scariest enemy is yourself, and Violet is learning this the hard way. Training scenes that stand out: the first time Violet accidentally strikes Tarn with lightning, learning to channel power through her dragon bond the moment she realizes she could kill someone without meaning to, and Darna's unique teaching method that differs from Tarn's. The scene where Violet's lightning attracts unwanted attention. This power becomes both her greatest weapon and her deepest fear. Throughout the book, we see Violet struggling with the question: should you embrace a power that terrifies you? The venin threat escalates. The external world isn't giving them any peace either. The venin attack is now a real threat, not just to Bastiath, but to all of Navarre. New information about the venin: they weren't always monsters, they were once Navarre citizens. Their dragons are transformed into creatures called wyverns. Venin leaders possess special powers and strategic intelligence. They have spies working inside Bastiath. Their goal isn't just destruction, they're trying to cross the wards permanently. The venin infection is spreading faster than anyone realized. The ward situation. The protective wards around Navarre are weakening. There are specific points where venin can break through. Dragon riders are being stationed at these weak points. People are dying trying to maintain the wards. A shocking discovery. Someone is deliberately weakening the wards from inside. Violet and her friends Rhiannon and Sawyer. Rydok must prepare for this threat while dealing with their personal problems. The training intensifies, missions become more dangerous, and the death toll starts rising. Dane Eidos returns. One of the most complicated storylines involves Dane Eidos' return. After his betrayal in Iron Flame, seeing him back at Bastiath brings up complex emotions for Violet. Dane's situation. He's still dealing with guilt over what he did. His signet ability to see memories makes others distrust him. He genuinely wants to make amends with Violet, but his presence constantly reminds her of his betrayal. He's been given dangerous assignments as punishment. The tension this creates. Violet wants to forgive him, but can't forget. Xaden is intensely jealous and protective. Dane must prove his loyalty repeatedly. A surprising moment where Dane saves Violet's life. The question, can betrayal ever be truly forgiven? New characters and dynamics. Important new additions. Kat, a talented new writer with mysterious connections. Several leadership college students who join the fight. A venin prisoner who provides crucial information. New dragon riders from allied kingdoms. These characters add layers of complexity to the story and force our main characters to question everything they thought they knew. The first major mission. The book's tension explodes when Violet, Xaden, and a select team are sent on a dangerous mission beyond the wards. This mission changes everything. Mission objectives: investigate venin activity in the outer villages, rescue dragon riders who've been captured, gather intelligence about venin leaders, test the strength of the ward boundaries. What actually happens? The team walks into a trap. Violet is separated from Xaden and must fight alone. Her lightning power manifests in a devastating way. She kills multiple venin, but nearly dies in the process. A shocking discovery. Some of the venin were recently turned and could potentially be saved. The emotional aftermath. Violet is traumatized by what she had to do. Xaden realizes how close he came to losing her. Their relationship reaches a turning point, a powerful scene where they finally talk honestly about their fears. This mission proves that the real war is just beginning. If you're finding this content valuable, please hit that like button, it really helps the channel. Subscribe for more book analyses. Drop your thoughts in the comments. Let's continue. The truth about Violet's mother. One of the book's most shocking revelations involves General Sorrengail, Violet's deceased mother. The revelation: General Sorrengail knew about the venin threat long before she died. She was part of a secret group trying to find a cure for the venin infection. She deliberately kept this from Violet to protect her. Her hardness toward Violet was actually preparation for what was coming. She left hidden journals with crucial information. How this changes everything. Violet must reevaluate her entire childhood. Her mother's actions now make sense in a new way. Mira, her sister, also has secrets she's been keeping. There's a network of writers who knew the truth. The question: how many other lies have been protective? The emotional impact. Violet grieves her mother all over again. She feels angry at being kept in the dark, but she also understands why it happened. A beautiful scene where she reads her mother's last letter. Xaden helps her process this revelation. This twist adds incredible depth to Violet's backstory and makes readers see the entire series in a new light. The betrayal. Just when things seem to be improving, a massive betrayal rocks Bastiath. What happens? Someone close to Violet has been working with the venin. This person has been feeding information about ward weaknesses. they've also been sabotaging defense preparations. The reveal happens during a crucial battle. Multiple riders die because of this betrayal. The identity of the traitor, without giving away too much. If you want to keep some mystery, this person's motivation is complex, not pure evil, but twisted by fear and desperation. The consequences. Trust between riders completely breaks down. New security measures are put in place. Some riders are imprisoned. Violet questions everyone around her. The Venin launched their biggest attack yet. Violet and Xaden's relationship evolution despite all the chaos. Violet and Xaden's relationship deepens in powerful ways. Key relationship moments. The night they finally share all their secrets. Xaden opens up about his childhood trauma. Violet admits her deepest fears. They make a pact to never hide things again. A scene of incredible intimacy after a near-death experience. The mating bond evolution. They learn to communicate through their bond more effectively, can share emotions and sometimes thoughts. The bond makes them stronger in battle, but it also means they feel each other's pain. A powerful moment where the bond saves one of their lives. Their biggest challenge, balancing their duty as leaders with their love, making decisions that might separate them. Trusting each other even when circumstances look bad. Growing together instead of apart. The Dragon Revelations. Some of the book's most fascinating content involves dragon lore and secrets. What we learn about dragons. Dragons have been hiding crucial information from writers. There's a dragon prophecy about Violet. Andarna's small size has a specific purpose. Tarn's past includes tragic secrets. Dragons can be killed in ways writers didn't know about. The bond between Violet and her dragons. Andarna is growing and changing rapidly. Tarn becomes even more protective. There's tension between the two dragons sometimes. Violet learns to balance both relationships. A heartbreaking scene involving one of her dragons. Battle scenes and action. The book delivers several epic battle sequences. The ward battle. Massive venin attack on a major ward point. Violet uses her lightning power fully for the first time. Casualties on both sides. A rider makes the ultimate sacrifice. The wards hold, but barely. The sky battle. Dragon to wyvern combat. Incredible aerial choreography. Violet and Xaden fight side by side. A moment where Violet saves Xaden's life. The death of a beloved character. These battles aren't just action, they're emotional and have real consequences. The final mission. The book builds to an intense climax with a desperate final mission. The setup. Intelligence reveals the Venin are planning a massive coordinated attack. Multiple ward points will be hit simultaneously. Bastiath itself is a primary target. The leadership makes controversial decisions about who goes where. Violet is assigned to lead a crucial defense team. The stakes. If the wards fall, Navarre falls. Thousands of lives depend on success. Personal relationships are put aside for duty. Some characters know they might not survive. Farewell scenes that will break your heart. The ultimate battle. The attack begins. Coordinated venin assault on multiple fronts. Violet's team faces overwhelming numbers. Her lightning power is pushed to absolute limits. Xaden is fighting miles away, and they can only communicate through their bond. Dragons and wyverns fill the sky. Critical moments. A major character is gravely wounded. Violet makes an impossible choice. The venin reveal a terrifying new ability. A dragon falls from the sky. An unexpected ally appears. The turning point. Violet channels more power than ever before. Her lightning creates a devastating effect, but the cost is almost too high. She nearly burns out completely. Andarna and Tarn must intervene to save her. The battle's end. Victory comes with heavy losses. The immediate threat is stopped, but everyone knows this was just one battle. The real war is still ahead. A bittersweet victory celebration. Character fates, who survives and who doesn't. Major character deaths that will shock readers. Surprising characters who make it through life-changing injuries and consequences. New bonds formed through shared trauma. Relationships forever altered. Specific character arcs conclude. Dane's redemption arc reaches a powerful moment. Rhiannon steps into a leadership role. Sawyer and Rydok face their own trials. Secondary characters get meaningful conclusions. New questions arise about survivors. The final twist. Just when you think the book is winding down, the final chapters deliver massive revelations. The shocking truth, a revelation about the origin of the venin that changes everything. The real reason why dragon riders exist. A connection between Violet's family and the venin. Information that makes readers question the entire series. A cliffhanger that will leave you desperate for Book 4. What this means for the future. The entire conflict may not be what it seems. There might be a way to cure the venin after all. Violet's role is even more important than thought. Ancient history holds the key to everything. The real enemy might be something else entirely. Violet and Xaden's future, where they end up, stronger together than ever before, but facing impossible challenges ahead. New responsibilities that will separate them. A promise they make to each other. The final scene between them is both hopeful and heartbreaking. Their relationship status, the mating bond, is fully realized. They're committed despite everything, but their future is uncertain. They must make sacrifices for the greater good. A beautiful final moment of intimacy, set up for Book 4. The ending sets up numerous threads for the next book. Unresolved conflicts that need attention, new alliances that must be formed. The venin threat is far from over. Personal mysteries still unsolved. A final line that will haunt readers. Top 10 key takeaways from ONYX STORM. Trust is harder to rebuild than to break. Violet and Xaden's journey shows that even the strongest love requires honest communication. Your greatest power can be your biggest fear. Violet's lightning ability represents how we must embrace our strengths, even when they terrify us. Nothing is black and white. The venin storyline challenges simple good vs. evil narratives. Betrayal comes in many forms. Not all betrayal is malicious. Sometimes people betray us trying to protect us. Leadership means making impossible choices. Multiple characters face decisions where there's no good option. The past shapes but doesn't define us. Learning about General Sorrengail shows how understanding context changes everything. Found. Family is real family. The bonds between the friend group rival biological relationships. Sacrifice is love in action. Characters repeatedly choose others' well-being over their own. Power without control is dangerous. The theme of learning to manage abilities applies to real life. War changes everyone. No character emerges from this book unchanged. Practical lessons from the book for your own life. Communicate honestly with people you love, even when it's hard. Don't let fear of your own abilities hold you back. Question the narratives you've been told. Build a support system of people who challenge and protect you. Sometimes the right choice is the hardest one. Similar books you might enjoy if you loved ONYX STORM. Check out The Priory of the Orange Tree by Samantha Shannon. Epic fantasy with dragons and complex world building. A Court of Silver Flames by Sarah J. Maas. Similar romantic fantasy with powerful female lead. House of Earth and Blood by Sarah J. Maas. Another ACOTAR author with adult fantasy romance. The Bone Shard Daughter by Andrea Stewart. Asian-inspired fantasy with unique magic system. The Jasmine Throne by Tasha Suri. Sapphic fantasy with political intrigue. Divine Rivals by Rebecca Ross if you want more emotional fantasy romance. To Bleed a Crystal Bloom by Sarah A. Parker. Dark romantasy with complex relationships. Final thoughts. ONYX STORM delivers everything fans wanted and more. Rebecca Yarros has created a middle book that defies the typical middle book syndrome. Instead of just bridging the story, it expands the world, deepens the characters, and raises the stakes to impossible heights. This book proves that Yarros isn't afraid to take risks with her characters or her readers' hearts. The emotional depth, the complex relationships, and the shocking twists make this a standout in the romantic fantasy genre. Whether you're here for the dragons, the romance, or the epic battles, this book delivers on all fronts. And that ending? It's going to make the wait for Book 4 absolutely brutal. Thank you so much for listening to this complete breakdown of ONYX STORM. If you enjoyed this deep dive, please hit that like button. Subscribe for more fantasy book analyses. Comment below with your thoughts. Discussion questions for the comments. What was your favorite moment in the book? Did the big twist shock you? Or did you see it coming? Team Violet or Team Xaden, who handled the trust issues better? Next video, we'll be diving into theories for Book 4 and what we think will happen to our favorite characters. You won't want to miss it. Thanks again for being part of this amazing community. Happy reading, and I'll see you in the next video.